What if Amy Roloff's fairy tale marriage wasn't a love story at all, but a carefully staged production, orchestrated by the very people who profit from her life? What if Chris Marek, the man she calls her husband, wasn't just a partner, but a player in a bigger plan, one involving Matt Roloff, her ex-husband, and TLC producers pulling strings behind the scenes? Tonight, we're going to unravel the whispers, leaked accounts, and production secrets that have fans questioning if Amy was manipulated into a marriage she never truly wanted. It all begins with a theory that's sending shockwaves through the little people, big world fanbase. The idea that Chris Marek may not have simply walked into Amy's life by chance. That his sudden appearance after her painful divorce from Matt wasn't just romance, but recruitment. Amy and Matt's marriage ended after decades together, leaving fans to watch her journey toward healing. But almost immediately, Chris appeared, charming, attentive, and conveniently available, just as TLC needed a fresh storyline. The timing of his proposal, the dramatic wedding planning, and the emotional on-camera moments all felt almost too perfect for reality TV. And here's where the whispers get louder. Insiders allege that producers were carefully crafting Amy's new chapter, from scripted arguments to conveniently timed reconciliations, all designed to keep viewers hooked and ratings high. Even Matt's role in this story might be far from innocent, with some claiming he had his own reasons to push this union forward. Over the next hour, we're going to dig into the receipts, break down the suspicious timeline, and follow the money to see who really benefited from Amy's so-called happily ever after. The question is, was this a marriage of love or a marriage of convenience for TV? Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff Family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. After nearly 3 decades of marriage, Amy Roloff's split from Matt Roloff was more than just a divorce. It was a public unraveling of a love story that fans had followed for years. On Little People, Big World, viewers had watched Amy and Matt build a life together on Roloff farms, raise 4 children, and navigate the unique challenges of being little people in a big world. But behind the scenes, their relationship had been under strain for years, and when the divorce became official in 2016, it wasn't just a personal heartbreak. It was a cultural moment for loyal fans who had grown attached to the idea of Matt and Amy forever. The emotional toll was clear. Amy, once seen as the energetic matriarch holding the family together, appeared on camera more guarded, often fighting back tears. The division of assets, especially the question of who would keep parts of Roloff Farms, became a flashpoint both on the show and in the public eye. For Amy, selling her share of the family home to Matt was not just a financial decision, but a deeply emotional one. She later admitted in interviews that leaving the farmhouse felt like closing a chapter she wasn't ready to end. It was in this vulnerable period that viewers first met Chris Marek. A real estate agent with an easy smile and an outdoorsy charm, Chris entered the scene not through a dramatic reveal, but in a casual, almost understated way. In one episode, he was simply a date for a charity event, a friend Amy seemed to enjoy spending time with. But for many fans, that introduction marked the beginning of an entirely new era in Amy's life. From the start, there was skepticism. Some fans questioned Chris's sudden deep involvement with Amy's life, especially given that he was not part of the Roloff family history. Why was this newcomer suddenly appearing in major life events? Why was TLC giving him so much screen time so quickly? Online forums buzzed with speculation. Was he just a man in love, or did he have other motives? TLC's editing choices played a huge role in shaping early perceptions. Chris was framed as the charming bachelor turned doting partner, a man who could sweep Amy off her feet and help her rediscover joy after the pain of divorce. Instead of focusing heavily on Amy's newfound independence, the show's narrative pivoted toward romance, dinners, weekend getaways, and motorcycle rides with Chris. This shift in storytelling was not lost on longtime fans. Many wondered if the network was intentionally steering Amy's arc away from a solo empowerment journey and toward a picture-perfect romance storyline that would keep viewers emotionally invested. The question lingered, was Amy truly moving forward on her own terms, or was her story being rewritten by the production team to fit a marketable second chance at love trope? The timing of Chris Marek's arrival in Amy Roloff's life has long been a talking point for fans, and when you look at the timeline closely, some things don't quite add up. Chris was introduced to viewers in 2016, just as Amy's divorce from Matt had fully played out on camera, and TLC needed a fresh storyline to keep longtime viewers engaged. The ratings had plateaued after years of covering the same family farm drama, and producers were openly searching for a new emotional hook. At this point, filming schedules were becoming tighter, and the show was struggling to balance its narrative between Matt's farm projects and Amy's personal life. Chris's sudden appearance seemed almost too convenient, an instantly likable new character entering right on cue. Within weeks of meeting Amy, he was being filmed extensively, his charm and outdoor adventure personality contrasting sharply with Matt's more business-minded demeanor. For TLC, it was a golden opportunity, a second chance at love, arc that could be drawn out over multiple seasons. Behind the scenes, there have been whispers from former production crew members suggesting that Amy and Chris's relationship might have been fast-tracked for the sake of ratings. Normally, a post-divorce romance would develop privately before going public, but in Amy's case, it seemed that the cameras were there from day one, chronicling every dinner date and weekend trip. Allegedly, producers encouraged Chris to lean in and build a strong connection on screen, even if it meant moving faster than he might have naturally. Then there's the infamous proposal scene, a moment that many fans have called overly staged. The perfect sunset, the camera angles that were clearly pre-planned, and Amy's reaction that some critics have described as performance-ready, all fueled speculation that the moment was more scripted than spontaneous. According to one anonymous crew member, the proposal had been discussed with producers weeks in advance, ensuring they had the right lighting, location, and emotional beats to make it TV perfect. This kind of orchestration doesn't just benefit TLC, it could have been a win for Matt Roloff as well. With Chris in the picture, public sympathy toward Amy remained high, but it also diverted attention away from lingering bitterness over the farm sale. Viewers were no longer just watching a divorce aftermath, they were watching a feel-good love story. That shift in focus helped reduce scrutiny on Matt's decisions and kept the show's tone upbeat enough to attract advertisers. Whether Chris was intentionally encouraged to win Amy over or simply a convenient romantic partner for the show, the result was the same. TLC got its ratings boost, the Roloff brand stayed relevant, and the farm drama was temporarily pushed to the background. But for those who believe reality TV should reflect reality, the timing and production choices remain suspicious. As the glow of Amy Roloff's wedding day faded, whispers began circulating, whispers that quickly grew into full-blown theories. Some fans and even a few insiders began suggesting that the ceremony may have been less about true love and more about television. The first red flag, they say, was the choice of venue. While Amy could have chosen an intimate, private location, away from prying eyes and production crews, she instead exchanged vows in a setting that was logistically perfect for TLC filming. Cameras had unrestricted access, lighting rigs were strategically placed, and every angle was staged to look picture-perfect for the audience at home. It felt, to some, like a wedding designed first for the camera lens and only second for the couple's hearts. Then came the matter of the guest list. Many attendees seemed to align more with what would make good TV than with Amy's closest personal circle. Reality TV veterans know that producers often nudge or outright dictate guest appearances to maximize drama and viewer engagement. Familiar faces from the show's past appeared, sparking on-screen nostalgia, while certain real-life friends were conspicuously absent. Insiders have claimed that there may have even been a financial arrangement at play. The theory goes like this. TLC covered substantial wedding costs in exchange for exclusive filming rights, ensuring they owned the wedding episode and could market it heavily. If true, that would mean Amy and Chris not only gained a free or heavily subsidized wedding, but also entered into an agreement that made their private milestone a public commodity. Fans have pointed to other reality TV couples in similar situations. On multiple shows, from 90 Day Fiancé to The Bachelor, relationships have been accelerated or even manufactured to fit filming schedules and produce emotional, cliffhanger-filled episodes. Could Amy's marriage have been another example of producers pushing for a wedding storyline, regardless of whether the relationship was ready for that step? The heart of the controversy lies in the blurred line between real romance and reality TV scripting. While Amy has built her public image on authenticity, some say her trusting nature, her eagerness to please fans, and her comfort with living life in front of cameras may have made her uniquely vulnerable. When you've spent years sharing your most intimate family moments with the world, the difference between what's genuine and what's staged can become dangerously hard to see. Whether the marriage was orchestrated or merely enhanced for television, one thing is clear. The fairy tale viewers watched may not have been as spontaneous or as purely romantic as it seemed. And for some fans, that realization changes everything. When Amy Roloff walked down the aisle with Chris Marek, the smiles on everyone's faces seemed genuine, but behind those smiles, some fans now see something more calculated. And perhaps the most surprising reaction came from Matt Roloff himself. For years, Matt and Amy's post-divorce relationship was tense at best, with disagreements over Roloff farms, property sales, and even who got invited to family events. Yet, when Amy announced her engagement to Chris, Matt's approval was almost too quick. Too convenient. Matt appeared in interviews saying he was happy for Amy, even publicly offering Roloff Farms as the wedding venue. On the surface, it looked like a mature, supportive gesture. But to the more skeptical corners of the LPBW fanbase, this felt staged. Was Matt's approval part of smoothing over a storyline for TLC? After all, a dramatic ex-wife gets remarried plot could be a ratings goldmine, but it wouldn't work if Matt came across as the jealous ex-husband. Zach and Tori Roloff, while polite in public, never seemed overly enthusiastic about Chris. In subtle Instagram captions and carefully worded podcast comments, they praised Amy's happiness without really praising Chris himself. Jeremy and Audrey kept their distance even more, barely acknowledging the wedding online. These small omissions didn't go unnoticed by fans, who began piecing together their own theories. On social media, the debate exploded. Some defended Chris, calling him a kind, genuine man who treats Amy well. Others insisted his timing, his sudden closeness to Matt, and his willingness to film almost every step of the romance raised red flags. Hashtags like Team Amy, Chris is innocent, and Fake Marriage LPBW began trending, especially on Twitter and Instagram. Reddit threads dedicated to uncovering the truth gained hundreds of comments, with fans sharing screenshots, comparing timelines, and even analyzing body language from old episodes. YouTube channels specializing in reality TV deep dives also jumped in, creating hour-long breakdowns of Chris and Amy's relationship, some framing it as a genuine love story, others as a carefully orchestrated TLC subplot. In the process, the speculation has deepened the Roloff family divide. Amy's public image, once defined by her resilience after divorce, is now tangled in rumors of being manipulated or unknowingly part of a production scheme. And for the Roloffs, who already navigated years of farm disputes and private tensions, this theory isn't just internet gossip. It's another wedge driven right into the heart of the family. As the credits of countless episodes roll, one thing becomes clear: reality TV isn't always about reality. It's a carefully crafted blend of truth, fiction, and the tantalizing drama that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Amy Roloff's marriage to Chris Marek sits at that delicate intersection where love stories meet production schedules and where real emotions can be shaped into season-long cliffhangers. The lingering question remains: was Chris's devotion to Amy born purely out of genuine love, or was it also a perfectly timed narrative to reignite the show's ratings? Fans have debated this endlessly, some convinced they've seen the spark in his eyes, others believing they've only seen the sparkle of TV lights. Yet, through all the whispers, speculation, and online theories, one fact can't be denied: Amy's resilience. She has weathered divorce, public scrutiny, and the pressure of living her life under the lens of millions. Whether Chris's role is that of a true partner or a storyline companion, Amy continues to move forward, holding onto her sense of self in a world where the line between authenticity and entertainment blurs every day. And perhaps the greatest mystery is the one that will never be solved, the questions that producers refuse to answer. the edits we'll never see, and the moments left on the cutting room floor. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.